Hey, I'm Andrew at Horsepower Inc. here in Indianapolis. Today we're going to be going over another new item. This is our Center-Flo manifold. It's nothing actually super new. We've been doing this for a little while. We started it probably back around late 2020, early 21 when we did a billet version. We didn't run this out of here specifically, but we did make this for T-Man Performance. Still do. In some build options that he was running on some of his larger displacement builds. We finally got around to where we figured we would make a more economical, cost-effective version. So we came up doing a cast setup for this. So this is a cast aluminum black powder coated finish that we come in and finish CNC finished machine here. We have two different options for these. We do a 2-inch intake runner. We also do a standard 1/900 intake runner. If you were to purchase this, the 1/900 use stock intake flanges. 2-inch intake runners will come with a set of 2.0 intake flanges that we produce here. Stock intake seals will go on both, and they are set up to work with all of the OE style fuel rail assemblies, whether that is the stock plastic one from Harley or our billet setup. Pretty much any of the OE ones on the market should bolt up to this just fine. You will have a different attachment point though for that fuel rail. It will be this small triangular piece with a 1/4 fastener that will attach on top to be your hold down point. And these Center-Flo manifolds are currently set up for 70mm throttle bodies. Now, when this does mount up, because this is raised port on center, this is going to clock or index the throttle body slightly sideways, pretty much how the new 23.5, 24 model year center cooled setups are. That's how this is going to be. So this will actually fit on here indexed to the side. The air cleaners, because of that, have changed a little bit. It is going to require an on-center style air cleaner assembly. We do have a V2 option set up for this. Not much has changed on the air cleaner. The idea is all the same. It's just the configuration a little bit. Now, beforehand, you had the option of running a standard air cleaner mounting bolt, which would recirculate head breathing back into the back plate through the intake track, or you could run the external breather line system that we offer. For this setup, you will have to run the external breather setup that we produce. Unless, in the situation where we are here on this motorcycle that we're going to be installing it on, the heads have been machined for external lines already. So we don't currently have to run the external breathers on this setup. We will be fixed mounting this to it, but just for the video option stuff, we will be going through and showing our external breather system and the inserts. So when we get going through that, you'll see me installing that instead. Also, everything with the air cleaner assembly outwards is all going to be the same. So we do have a video set up with the M8 V2 air cleaner already being installed with a set of external breathers on our YouTube page. You can look that up. The idea of it is all going to be the same. The other option currently on the market that if you don't have our air cleaner or don't want to run that would be T-Man's no loss. His being the fact that we already were setting up manifolds for him are set up to run this setup currently already. So we'll get everything lined up, get ready to go, get this bad boy installed. So we're prepping everything, getting ready to install this manifold onto this setup. So keep in mind that this is extremely large volume. This isn't your average manifold that's going to go on, say, your normal standard displacement, standard big bore kit, 128s, 130s, 131s. They'd have to be set up basically extremely hot, race ready. But if you are running larger displacement, higher compression builds on the street, then easily this would be the one you'd want to go with. Reason for that being is that compared to standard OE fitment replacement manifolds, where it has to kind of manage itself uphill and then divert to front and rear cylinder, this being raised port is way more efficient, so that larger volumes coming into play now, where now we have a lot more easier distribution between front and rear cylinder instead of having to come up the hill, make sharp curves back in through the intake track. So with this, when we were talking about 2.0 stuff versus 1/900, your standard intake flange will not go onto the spigot of the manifold. That's where the 2.0 flange comes into key. Drops on, stock style seal. You will slightly stretch that over the spigot. Now at this point, when you get ready to install this, because of everything being so tight around the intake manifold itself, getting the hardware in can be a little bit tricky. So usually recommend go ahead, start your hardware now. So you can take your intake flange screws, maneuver the flange slightly, even if you have to move it a little bit towards the edge, just to get it started. We'll do that on both sides, just so they drop in. Now you can kind of work the screw back slightly and use the flange to hold itself into place while you insert everything in between the cylinder heads. Now what I tend to do is turn it sideways, and then you can rotate it right into place. This has always been the easiest for me. I think it works out pretty well. So now we will start our fasteners, cam cover side as well as primary side. Get everything situated what we want to. We'll leave stuff loose, and then we will mount the throttle body into place. We will route our plug for our throttle body, because it's once you get the air cleaner backplate and stuff on, you cannot get that through. So we want to do that first. And then once we got everything situated, backplate will go on. Then we will tighten down the intake manifold screws, because we're going to use the backplate as a centering device. So we'll get finished doing this. Oh yeah. So we got everything mocked up like it needs to be and stuff. For the most part, everything's all snug and tight. Something I like to do when I'm doing the installs on these is that once I get the manifold flanges snug and tightened where they're supposed to be, I'll take the throttle body and the back plate back off of it, since I was using those as my guide and to center everything up. I'll check the port, just make sure that everything is lined up through the intake manifold, looks good, we don't have any issues with anything. One, make sure that our port size is correct and matched to our manifold. And then once we're there, then we go ahead and reassemble everything on a final run. We will use blue Loctite on a majority of our fasteners, When you are installing your external breather system, keep in mind that you need to put red Loctite on the insert to the head, blue Loctite on the outside fastener from the back plate to the insert. Everything else, faceplate, outer cover, throttle body, those will all be blue. We do have our throttle body plugged in now, so then at this point, all you need to do is reassemble the back half of everything, the horn bracket, plug in all your sensors, reinsert your map sensor, fire in the hole. Thing's good to go. If we have any other questions, you can feel free to call us at any time here at the shop, send us an email, hit us up, we'll get those questions answered for you. Other than that, it's good. Run it. If not, we'll change.